my name is Michaela and you're watching FunsizedStyle. I'm so excited to share with you guys today's video because I'm going to be doing a review of an entire makeup collection. I have not done a makeup review in a long time and I used to do them all the time, so I'm really excited to get back into them. I feel like I go in spurts of certain videos, like I'll do a lot of one kind of video for a while and then kind of forget about it and then go back to it. So I want to get back into makeup reviews, so let me know. I hope you guys like these, but today I'm going to be reviewing an entire collection. Other than like an entire lipstick collection, I don't really know if I've ever done one of these videos, so I'm really excited to share with you guys this video today. Now the only thing that's not very helpful to you guys is unfortunately this collection is no longer available. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to be reviewing the entire Ipsy Tetris collaboration. If you don't know what Tetris is, you're clearly living under a rock. It's a total classic game and I'm a 90s kid, so I grew up on playing Tetris. They released a makeup collaboration together. I know some really big beauty vloggers received it as a PR package. It is also available on Ipsy Shopper. Ipsy is like a makeup shop, I guess, where you can get expensive makeup or like certain makeup collections for discounted, but it's only for like a very limited time until they sell out, and then once they sell out, they don't restock. By the time that I discovered that this collection was on Ipsy Shopper, it was already June 30th, it was June 28th, and it was going to be on sale until June 30th. And then by the time I went back to see if it was still in stock, it was no longer in stock, and since this was a limited time collection, it is no longer available on Ipsy Shopper. Now, this collection normally retails for, I believe, $100 or $175, but it was available on Ipsy Shopper for $39.99 with free shipping, and so that's when I got it. I did not pay almost over $100 for this. Absolutely not. Many people are selling parts or the entire collection on eBay and Poshmark and apps like Mercari, so I will link each part of the collection that I can find down below, and I'll list several links of the same product because most likely the sellers are only selling one of those things, so I'll list multiple sellers that are selling this collection so that if you guys are still interested in getting your hands on some of these products, there is still that way of doing it. So it's not totally off the planet yet, but you won't get as great of a deal as I did, unfortunately, and I'm really sorry that it's no longer available, but I still wanted to share this video with you guys, so I hope you don't mind. In the future, when I do makeup collection videos, I will try and make sure they're available and that I put them up in time so that you guys can purchase them. I know that was a really long intro, so I want to go right into this collection and reviewing and swatching all the products in this collection and my entire, well not my entire, but my makeup look, eyeshadow, highlighter, and lip product, all done by the Ipsy and Tetris collection products. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into this review. So this box is bigger than I am, as you can see. So let's go ahead and dig on in. I'm going to try and make sure everything doesn't spill out, but here's the entire collection. I am so tiny, you guys can barely see me in this whole box. So I'm just going to go over real quick what's included in the collection. So you get 5 makeup brushes, 2 lip glosses, 3 lip balms, 1 highlighter, and 2 eyeshadow palettes up top. So an overview of what all was included in the collection, what the packaging looks like, and everything like that before I start pulling products out of the box. The first part of the collection that I wanted to go over with you guys are these brushes, and I used only these brushes to complete my eyeshadow look today, using only the eyeshadow that is in this collection. Let me first start off with the quality of the brushes are really, really great. In fact, I was pleasantly surprised with the quality. This brush in particular, I feel like you really had to pack the product on in order to pick it up, but other than that, I feel like all the brushes performed really well. These 2 brushes I did not use though, because they are for eyeliner or like a brow product, and I just had no use for these products because I don't wear eyeliner, and for my eyebrows I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. These 2 brushes I did not have a use for, but I did use these 3 for my eyeshadow, and I was pleasantly surprised. And as you'll see throughout this entire collection, the packaging and the style of these products, it just gives total nostalgia, and I'm not a very nostalgic person. It just gives you total 90s vibes, and I loved everything from the 90s. To be honest, I really, really love the design of these brushes, and again, they are really great quality. And as you can see, my eyeshadow turned out pretty well today, so I definitely put these products to the test, and again, am very pleasantly surprised. I figured I would do those first since that's the quickest part of this review. There's not really much else to say about makeup brushes, but again, I'm really happy that they included brushes in this collection. The next part of this Ipsy Tetris collaboration review, I want to go over the eyeshadow palettes. This collection included 2 eyeshadow palettes. This one is the Block Party eyeshadow palette, and this one is the Game Over eyeshadow palette. Both of these palettes include 6 eyeshadows. I'm going to go ahead and swatch all these shadows for you guys as well. I said that this palette was called Game Over, but it's actually called Game On. There's another product that's called the Game Over, I believe, that you'll see in a minute, but this palette is Game On. This is the palette that I used to create this eyeshadow look today. Now before I get into the swatches, we'll kind of go over the palette itself and the colors and shades. The palette, I love the size of it, and it also includes a very decent sized mirror. And again, there are 6 eyeshadows in these palettes. Starting from top to bottom, we have Game Changer, Game Day, Game Night, Stack It Up, Block Party, and Game Over. That is the shade that I was talking about that's called Game Over. I thought the combination of colors included in this palette was very unique. There are 3 matte shadows and 3 shimmer shadows. Now, as you will see in the swatches, in a moment, they are very pigmented. I've never really seen a collaboration with Ipsy as far as makeup with just a random brand like Tetris, so I wasn't sure what to think of the quality of the product, especially eyeshadow. But again, I was very shocked at how pigmented these shadows are. The yellow shade right here, Game Changer, is a little bit lighter on the lid than it shows right here. Since it is a yellow eyeshadow, you do have to pack it quite a bit to get a good pigment, but once you get there, it is totally worth the wait. I just love how these shimmers pay off, again, as you'll see in the swatches. Let's go ahead and swatch for you guys so you can see how they perform. I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, but the shimmers in these palettes are probably my favorite just because of how well they perform. It is absolutely amazing. So for the shape of my arm, I know these swatches are not the best. I know that you can see the color the color payoff, and I really don't do eyeshadow swatches that often on my arm like most beauty vloggers do, because as you can see, they don't turn out the best. The farther down my arm we get, the worse they get. Regardless, you can see the amazing color payoff in each of these shadows. It is really honestly just mind-blowing, especially this blue. Game Over, I did not expect it to be as amazing as it is. I would have to say my favorite colors in this palette as far as pigment and just overall color is Game Night and Game Day and Black Party and Stack It Up. I really just love those colors and how the pigment and just everything. But here is a pretty general look at the shadows. Before I wrap it up with this palette, I did just also want to mention I really think it's impressive at the amount of product you get in these palettes. These are some really decent sized eyeshadows, especially since there are only 6 colors in this palette. I was really impressed with the amount of product that you get. So this is the Game On palette. Moving on to the next palette, which is the Block Party palette. I really love the packaging and color of this palette. Here's a look at the Block Party palette. The first thing that I want to point out, I think it's interesting how they included 2 of the same color, basically because the blue in this palette and the Game On palette is nearly identical. The only difference is between one is matte and one is shimmer. But other than that, I love the colors in this palette. I think they're very unique. The previous palette that I showed you was more warm toned, and this one is focused more cool toned, but I also think in a way they each have a mixture of cool and warm tones. Now for my eyeshadow look today, I believe I mentioned that I used the Game On palette, and I did, but I also used one color from this palette. I used Skyline for my crease. I will tell you in advance that I was really impressed with the amount of pigment in this color. Blue eyeshadow just isn't my favorite, but for a shimmer it might work out well. We'll see how it performs in the swatches. There's really not a color that I'm not impressed with in the palette. I think it's a very unique and beautiful palette, but I would have to say that T-Spin is probably my favorite shadow. I just think it's such a unique color and just so beautiful and so fancy. I love it. Just like the other palette, since they're the same, just different shades. Great amount of product that you receive in this palette. And again, it also has the mirror. So we'll go ahead and swatch these. These palettes are more of a cardboard style palette. I forgot to mention that. So if these are not your type thing, just keep that in mind. But let's go ahead and swatch this palette. So here are the swatches for the Block Party palette. These colors are absolutely amazing. The Teaspoon color that I thought was going to be my favorite, it still is a really beautiful color. It just, in the palette, it looked more like a beige shimmer than rather gray. It kind of looked like a mixture of both, but once I swatched, it looked more like a gray. It's more of a gray silver rather than a silver beige. Does that make sense? Probably not. But again, the color payoff in this palette is so amazing. I really didn't think it was going to be as pigmented as it is. And I just keep saying that, but it's so impressive in such beautiful, vibrant colors. Now I will mention underneath Top Out, which is the vibrant blue color, there is a shadow that I swatched under there. You can barely see it in the shade Back to Back. And the only reason you can barely see it is because it's basically the color of my skin. Not really a complaint, I'm just saying that just because of that color you can barely see it on my skin. But other than that, these are such beautiful, vibrant colors, rich in color, and I'm really excited to play with this palette in the future. Overall, I think the eyeshadow palettes are one of my favorite parts of this entire Ipsy and Tetris collaboration. This collaboration also included one highlighter, and this is in the shade Tetris Life. Now I'm actually wearing it today. This is probably my least favorite product in the collection, if I'm being honest. Pigment is absolutely amazing. The way that it applies, I feel like it's very difficult. The shimmer kind of goes everywhere and it just doesn't really have a seamless application. Maybe that's just me. Again, I don't claim to be a professional at makeup. I enjoy what I do here on the internet and wearing makeup. This is what the highlight looks like. It looks more like an eyeshadow to me, but it clearly says that it's a highlighter. I will go ahead and swatch it for you guys. So here is what the swatch looks like of the highlighter. It has more of a feel of an eyeshadow rather than a highlight. I don't know. Again, the pigment is absolutely amazing. Don't get me wrong. The pigment is totally there, just like all these products. It felt like a very messy application. Is that my inexperience, or can a highlighter have a messy application? I want the pros to let me know. That's just kind of how I felt about this product, and it was probably my least favorite, if I'm being honest. When using it in the future, I will be using it as an eyeshadow rather than a highlight, because I have highlighters that I like more as a highlight, like the Zippos. Does that make sense? I don't know. This collection included 2 lip glosses, and this lip gloss formula is absolutely amazing. Totally not sticky at all. I'm wearing one on my lips right now. I'm wearing the Matrix gloss, and of course I'll swatch these for you guys. But these glosses are absolutely amazing. Again, the formula is awesome, and it just feels really great on the lips. Sticky lip gloss is the absolute worst thing ever, and these are definitely not sticky. So here is the Matrix gloss. It is just a clear lip gloss, and I know that doesn't sound special, but let me tell you, it is amazing. Again, you can see that shimmer. It's just popping. It is totally awesome. And it has a little bit of a pink tint to it because I applied it after I applied the balm that I'm wearing that was actually included in this collection as well, which I'll get to, but this is the Matrix gloss. This lip gloss is in the shade Tetramino. I actually didn't swatch this one yet, so this will be a first impressions with me as well. So I don't know if you can see it. It's hard to separate the two. Tetramino is this one right here. It has more of a golden tint to it. Again, they're both so shiny, so awesome. Probably one of the best glosses that I own. It's just hard to show you guys. I will try and find a better swatch photo of this gloss, Tetramino. The Matrix gloss is obvious, you know, right here, but the Tetramino gloss, when it's swatched, it looks like Matrix, but when you see them together, they are slightly different. Those glosses blew me away, and I was actually a little bit nervous because when I pulled the Matrix gloss out of the tube, applicator out of the tube, it kind of made that sound like a sticky lip gloss does, so I was a bit nervous. I was quite nervous, actually, because I wanted to have my whole entire look be the Tetris Ipsy collection. If it was too sticky, I was like, But I'm wearing the Matrix gloss right now, and it's amazing. The last products that were included in the Ipsy Tetris collaboration are lip balms. They included 3 lip balms, and they're very, very unique, and they look very unique. But I'm wearing one right now. The pigmentation, especially for a balm, is really impressive. I don't know how they did it with the pigment in this collection, but I really had low expectations, but they totally exceeded my expectations. Here's what the lip balms look like, and they look like little Tetris blocks. It is so cute, but what's really unique about these lip balms is the inside of the product, so I'll go ahead and show you one right now. I'm going to swatch these as well. I really don't want to mess with my focus right now since I have this video perfectly in focus, but here's the balm, and then the middle right here has a different color than the actual balm. So it creates these really unique colors on the lips, and it's so smooth. Usually lip balms make my lips more dry, but these actually feel pretty nice, not sticky, so that's really great. As you can see, these colors are really unique. The middle lip balm is actually just a clear lip balm, which I thought was very interesting that they, for such a, with the packaging being so bright and fun, I thought it was interesting that they included a clear lip balm. But the top is more of a reddish orange color, and then again, the middle one is clear, and then we have this pinky peach color on the bottom, and that's actually the one that I'm wearing today. The lip balms are probably my second favorite part of this collection. That is actually everything included in the Ipsy and Tetris collaboration. So they included makeup brushes, a highlighter, 2 eyeshadow palettes, 3 lip balms, and 2 lip glosses. A really great variety of products, and I like this collection because it wasn't an overwhelming amount of product in a single collection, but it also gave some nice variety. I really am impressed with how this makeup review turned out. I really enjoyed how I actually did swatch everything, and how I actually did swatch everything on my arm, and just focus on swatches, which I try to steer away from because it's more difficult, but I think I got it down pat on how I can do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought of the Ipsy and Tetris collaboration. If you're going to get your hands on any of these products, I will link what I can find down below from multiple sellers that multiple of you can purchase any of these products if you're interested. This is probably one of my favorite makeup reviews that I've done. I just really enjoyed how this went together pretty seamlessly, and I have it envisioned how I'm going to do the thumbnail and editing, so it works out how I want it to. I think it's one of my favorites that I've done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Kudos to Ipsy and Tetris for collaborating on such an amazing makeup collection. Very unique, so fun. The packaging is impeccable, and just from a fellow 90s kid, you did it well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video on FunsizedStyle. Bye guys!